You no longer have to work. Financial freedom is not about how much money you have or how many toys you have. Instead, it comes from a concept developed by R. Buckminster Fuller, one of the real creative geniuses of the 20th century. Bucky, as he was called, said, "If you stopped working today and continued to live at your current standard of living, how long would you last? If you could last a month, then you are 1 month wealthy. If you could last 5 years, then you are 5 years wealthy. And if you could last forever, then you are infinitely wealthy." Many people interpret this to mean, if I need $4,000 per month to live on, and I have $400,000 saved up, then I am 100 months wealthy. However, there is a much better way to look at this concept. What if your $400,000 produced passive income you received without having to work? For example, what if you made 12% in passive income from investing in certain stocks with your $400,000? 12% of $400,000 is $48,000. So your $400,000 could give you $48,000 in income. When you divide that yearly income by 12 months, it amounts to $4,000 per month. You could live off that income indefinitely and be financially free. You would never have to work again. Of course, there are a number of issues with this idea. You might think that stocks paying dividends of 12% or giving those rates of capital appreciation are unrealistic. Not true. You simply have to know where to look. There are stocks that give returns of 15% or more in today's market. For example, Steve Sugarud recently found several stocks that he called virtual banks. One stock, Anworth, had a dividend payout amounting to 43% interest over 2 years when he first recommended it in August of 2002. Another virtual bank, Annaly Mortgage, which Steve recommended in March of 2002, paid similar dividends. Both still pay good returns as of this writing, and both have appreciated considerably since Steve recommended them. There are always opportunities like this available to you. But this isn't a book about which stocks to buy. Instead, my goal is to show you how to find such opportunities. In fact, I'll do even better than that. I'll show you strategies in many different investment arenas that pay even higher rates of return. You might wonder if the $4,000 per month that person needed for financial freedom included taxes. It should, but if you meant $4,000 per month after taxes, then you either have to minimize your taxes or include them in your monthly number. The good news is that you'll pay much less in taxes on passive income than you will on earned income. When your money works for you, the returns don't get taxed by nearly the amount that your income gets taxed when you work for money. What if the price of a stock goes down? What if it starts to pay less in dividends? These are valid concerns about risk control, a topic that is covered in Part 4 of this book. Consider generating diverse streams of passive income so that if one area is weak at any given time, you have others to support you. When your passive income is greater than your expenses, you don't have to work. You are infinitely wealthy and have attained financial freedom. The other part of the financial freedom equation is your expenses. I went through an acquisition period in my life that lasted over 2 years. I acquired every toy I could possibly want as soon as it attracted my attention. For me, the joy of getting each toy was the most fun. Once I obtained them, however, those same toys tended to own me. I had to maintain them. I had to clean them. I had to keep track of them. And often, I could not sell them for nearly the price at which I had bought them. Those items all owned me. We live in a consumer society. We are told that if we want to feel good about ourselves, we need this or that luxury. A bigger house, a better car, more toys. He who has the most toys wins seems to be a rule that many people live by. This mindset demands instant gratification, and that often requires spending more than we have, which leads to borrowing money.